Hello. Today I want to explain how to identify the key when a key signature is given in both major and minor keys, like on this Texas State Solo and Ensemble Competition music theory test. And I also want to talk about how to identify scales when the scale is notated. So what we will not do today is identifying keys and scales by listening to a piece of music or orally identifying scales. There will be another video about this. Also, we will not talk about identifying the key in real music. There will be a separate video about that as well. So let's start with a C major scale, since most of us are familiar with that, and we probably started playing that as the first thing when we learned music. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, a C major scale. What we can see when we look at the keyboard is, because we can see where the black keys are, we can easily see where are whole steps and where half steps. So again, whole steps is if there are two half steps, so from the C to this black key and from this black key to here. So from C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step, E to F is a half step because there's no key in between. Then we have three whole steps in a row, and the last one from B to C again is a half step. So the structure of any major scale is two whole steps, one half step, three whole steps, one half step. And the idea is that, of course, any of the keys, any of the notes could be the tonic. That means the starting point of a major scale. And then we would just have to reconstruct that pattern of whole steps and half steps. For example, if we were to start on G, then we have two whole steps, one half step, and three whole steps, 1, 2, and here we have to go to F sharp to create the whole step, E to F sharp, and then a half step. So that means the G major scale has 1 sharp, which is F sharp, and so on. So we can also look at a different handout that I have. You will be able to download this PDF file from the comment section of this video. So what works very well for most students is this acronym FCGDAEB, Fat Cats Go Down Alleys Eating Birds. And in this order of letters, we can identify several things. First of all, we can identify the names of major scales. If we start on C, and we know C major has no sharps, no flats. If we go to the right, then those are the names of major keys, and we always add 1 sharp onto it. So G major has 1 sharp, D major 2 sharps, A major 3 sharps, E major 4 sharps, B major 5 sharps. If we go the circle around, we have to add a sharp to the name of the key. So the major key with 6 sharps is F sharp major, not F major, but F sharp major. And then there's a key with 7 sharps, and that is C sharp major. If we go to the left, like here, the arrows go to the left and we start on C, we have the keys with flats. So of course, C has 0 flats, so F major has 1 flat. If we go the circle around, we have to start adding flats to the names of these notes of the tonics. So the major scale with 2 flats is B flat major. Then with 3 flats is E flat major, A flat major has 4 flats, D flat major 5 flats, G flat major 6 flats, and C flat major has 7 flats. Now we can also, if we start on A but not on C, then those are the minor keys. A minor has 0 sharps, 0 flats, no sharps, no flats. A minor. If we go to the right, then we have the keys with the sharps. And if we go the circle around, we have to add a sharp to the name of the key. So E minor has 1 sharp, B minor has 2 sharps, F sharp minor has 3 sharps, C sharp minor has 4 sharps, and so on. So A sharp minor would have 7 sharps. If we go to the left, starting on A, we have the minor keys with flats. So 0 flats, A minor, D minor 1 flat, G minor 2 flats, C minor 3 flats, F minor 4 flats. Go the circle around, we have to add flats to the names of the keys. So B flat minor has 5 flats, E flat minor has 6 flats, and A flat minor has 7 flats. So all we need to remember is fat cats going down alleys, go down alleys eating birds, and we can easily write down the letters and then read off what are the major keys and the minor keys with however many flats or sharps. Now, interestingly, this acronym also shows us the order of sharps in any key signatures. So in any sharped key signature, F sharp is the first sharp, C sharp is the second sharp, G sharp the third, and so on. So this is the order of sharps in key signatures. So for example, here we have one with 4 sharps. F sharp is always the first sharp, as we can see. C sharp is always the second sharp. G sharp always the third sharp, and so on. So, so fat cats go down alleys eating birds is in fact the order of sharps in the actual key signature. If we start on B and go to the left, then those are the order of flats in any flatted key signature, major or minor. So B flat is always the first flat, E flat always the second flat, A flat always the third flat, and so on. So B flat always the first, E flat always the second, A flat always the third flat in the key signature, D flat the fourth, G flat the fifth, and so on, right? So order of sharps and order of flats in any sharped or flatted key signature. Of course, there is a relationship between major and minor keys. Those major scale, or let's put it this way, a minor scale that has the same key signature as a major scale, those are called relative keys. For example, C major and A minor are relative keys because they have the same key signature, which is no sharps, no flats. And C and A are a minor third apart. Now, if you haven't studied intervals yet, you can also say it involves 3 letter names, C, B, A, and 3 half steps from C to B is the first, B to B flat the second, and B flat to A the third half step. So involving 3 letter names, 3 half steps. So for example, if we know B major has 5 sharps, what would be the relative minor of B major? And the relative minor would have exactly the same key signature, which is also 5 sharps. We have to go from major to minor, we have to go down 3 letter names and 3 half steps. So 3 letter means B, A, G. So that means the key must be G something, the minor key. And then 3 half steps, B to B flat is 1, B flat to A is the second, and A flat to G sharp is the third. Now this cannot be A flat because we said it has to involve 3 letter names. So the last letter must be G something. So this key must be G sharp, not A flat, if we are talking about the relative key of B major. So G sharp minor has the same key signature as B major, which is 5 sharps. It works the same with flatted keys. Let's say F major has 1 flat, B flat, in the key signature. If we want to find out what is the relative minor key of F major, we go down 3 letter names, F, E, D, and 3 half steps, F to E, E to E flat, and E flat to D. So in fact, D minor is the relative minor key of F major, and it has the same key signature as F major, which is 1 flat, B flat in the key signature. We can also do this from minor to major if we remember minor keys very well. For example, C minor has 3 flats. And if we want to find out what the relative major is, we just go 3 letter names and 3 half steps up. From minor to major, we have to go up. So C, E, E, and so that means the key must be E something. That might be an accidental on the name of that key. And then 3 half steps, 3 to C to C sharp to D is the second, and D to E flat, the third. Remember, it has to be 3 letter names. So this is E flat, not D sharp. So E flat minor, no, E flat major is the relative key of C minor. C minor and E flat major are relative keys that have the same key signature. There's also a relationship called parallel keys. Parallel keys have the same tonic, but a different key signature. For example, C major and C minor, they have the same tonic, but they have the same tonic, C, but a different key signature. C major has no sharps, no flats. C minor has 3 flats. All right, there is one more important thing. When we identify the major key, not the minor, but the major, we can just look at the last sharp. If it's a sharp key signature, that means a key signature with sharps, and go a half step up and we find the tonic. So this is C sharp in bass clef. We go a half step up, that's D. So this must be D major. In other words, the last sharp in a sharp key signature is the leading tone, the 7th scale degree. If we go to the next higher note, a half step up, like here, D sharp, we go to E. This key signature is for E major, because the last sharp is D sharp. This key signature is for A major, because the last sharp is G sharp. We go half step up, it's A. Right? So that doesn't work with minor, that works with major only. For the flatted key signatures, it's also for major keys, the second to last flat is in fact the name of the key. So the key signature with 4 flats is for A flat major. For A flat major, because the second to last flat in the key signature is A flat. Now that doesn't help us if we only have 1 flat. We simply have to remember F major. Right here, we have 2 flats. The second to last flat, which happened to be the first in this case, is B flat. So this is B flat major. This key signature is for B flat major, right? Okay. And finally, if we have notated scales, we can look at what the accidentals are to kind of reconstruct the key signature. But there's one challenge, that is minor exists in 3 different forms. One is natural minor that has exactly those accidentals that are in the key signature. Then there's harmonic minor that has a raised 7th scale degree. And then there's a melodic minor that has a raised 6th and 7th scale degree on the way up, but is like natural minor on the way down. So in this case, of course, we know from from our acronym that there is no such key signature that only has E flat in it, like here. That means this must be a minor scale because there are extra accidentals added in harmonic or melodic minor. Of course, we see it starts on C and ends on C. And if we go here, names of keys with flats, and start on A minor with 0 flats, 1 flat, 2 flat, 3 flats. C minor must have 3 flats. What flats? B flat, E flat, A flat. B flat, E flat, A flat. Now the 6th and 7th scale degrees in this case are raised. There are A natural and B natural, which means, and it's an ascending scale, which means this must be a melodic minor scale. Let's look at this. Here we have B, and it's a sharp key signature, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sharps. So sharp key signature, 0 sharps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B major has 5 sharps, and this indeed starts and ends on B. So this must be a descending B major scale. In this case here, the scale starts and ends on B flat. And it's obviously a flat key, a flatted key that has flats in the key signature. So now the B flat comes twice, so we shouldn't count it twice as the number of flats in the key signature, but what we see at least here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats. Now, if we were to go to our acronym and start on C, 1 flat, 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 flats, 5 flats, D flat major, D flat major. But this doesn't start on D flat, so that's not D flat major. Let's check with minor. 0 flats, 1 flat, 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 flats, 5 flats. Again, when we go the circle around, we add a flat to the name of the key. So this is B flat minor. B flat minor has 5 flats. And indeed, this starts on B flat, ends on B flat, and it has 5 flats. There is no 7th scale degree raised or 6th and 7th scale degree raised. So this must be natural minor, natural minor. Last one, here we have a mix of flats and sharps, which means that this must be a minor scale where the 7th scale degree, here the sharp is in fact an extra accidental that is raised to create harmonic minor. Could potentially be the melodic minor because melodic minor also has a raised 7th scale degree. But so it must be a minor scale starting on G, from G to G in treble clef. So minor scale, 0 flats, 1 flat, 2 flats. G minor has 2 flats. It has B flat and E flat. The F sharp is an extra accidental that raises the 7th scale degree to create harmonic minor. Again, harmonic minor has, in addition to what's in the key signature, a raised 7th scale degree, and the ascending, that means up, going up, a melodic minor scale has a raised 6th and 7th scale degree, but on the way down, melodic minor is like natural minor, which means just the accidentals that are in the key signature. So, of course, in order to really get proficient in all of this, you have to do a lot of exercises. And there are apps where you can identify key signatures and as fast as you can say here which major key or minor key it is. Like this would be D major and B minor. This is C major, A minor. This is F major and D minor. This is A flat major and F minor, and so on, right? In fact, pause the video and try to figure out both the major and minor key names of the keys with these key signatures. And when you're done, continue playing this video and I will say the solutions. So pause now and figure this out. All right. So 1 sharp is G major and E minor. 4 sharps is E major and C sharp minor. 3 sharps is A major and F sharp minor. And 2 flats is B flat major and G minor. So do a lot of exercises, practice with apps. There are free apps, or find some worksheets and show them to your music teacher. Good luck. Bye.